Hey there, ladies and gentlemen, how are we doing today? My name is Brendan Reviews, and welcome to another episode of Scariest. And, well, another request, baby, another motherfucking request. And that is coming from a good friend of mine, Caden. This one's for you, my guy. And all I'll say is this. He's a big fan of creepypastas, big fan of like cosmic horror too, big fan of like horror that deals with bigger topics, and one of those topics is obviously probably religion. That's a very common topic in horror in general. Here we are with Portrait of God, which is a short horror film. Let me see when it says. Does it say when it came out? It was released August 28th of 2022, so very young short film. But it says, a religious girl prepares a presentation about a painting titled Portrait of God. What she sees challenges her beliefs, and that is all we have. Pretty simple premise, right? Well, let's get motherfucking evil and set the mood. Oh, let's maybe change that to a nice blue. Alright guys, so without further ado, this is Portrait of God by Dylan Clark. Alright, 7 minutes and 30 seconds, let's go. In 3, 2, 1. No man shall see me and live. Exodus 33:20. Wait a minute. Is that actually a quote from the Bible? Because if so, that's a pretty sinister quote. Who knows? Maybe it is like God speaking about humanity.
What does God look like? They see a person in the darkness, one that they can describe and draw out with consistent details.
The cinematography is so far very good.
Wrinkled, skinny. Really skinny. He looks skinny. He's smiling.
He's grinning. Smiles down at us.
I like this idea so far. The idea of like a painting that some people see it, some people don't.
Maybe it's just a trick of the light. Maybe they're seeing something they want to see. But how are their descriptions so consistent? Maybe they really are having a religious experience.
Oh. I saw it.
What do you see?
Oh. Oh, I like that. I like that slow reveal. That's cool. I really like that. Just those very thin, those very tiny white eyes, white pupils, whatever, just staring into you. Oh man, the cinematography and the reveal of this thing is great. Oh, I liked that. That was good. Could it maybe be it's like those who are religious can see it, or maybe those who like maybe say they believe but don't really believe, or like half believe, if that makes sense. Like maybe if they're not fully committed to God, they see this and oh my God. I like how they cleverly keep him in the shadows. Like they don't really show you everything. Everything's like somewhat blurry in the shadows. Oh, the idea of seeing the light. Three motherfucking days? Wait, was that 3 days or 3 hours? Let me go back. Was that 3 days or 3 hours? Okay, it's 3 hours, but like definitely not the, 2 minutes she was like staring in doing, or not the 2 minutes she was doing for her presentation, the minute and like 47, 48 seconds or whatever. Wow. Man, first off, let me just speak about my first impressions, and that is like, wow, I like that was effective with doing very little, just the implications of what this painting might mean are pretty scary, and like the fact that it's been 3 hours makes it also very scary as well. Without further ado, let's hop into the quality and production. So for the quality and production of Portrait of God, first off, it looks fantastic, and the premise of it is also really good. The actress herself does a very good job of being able to convey the terror and all that stuff all within 5 minutes. Honestly, this is if this was an actual movie, this scene is a great cold open for the rest of the movie. But personally, I don't want to see a full movie of this, because I do think that if you were to do a movie of it, it would basically answer too many of the questions, and what makes it scary is the implications of everything. And for that reason, because it's a very good short film, well made, well acted, well edited, music's good, I'm gonna go ahead and give it a 2 out of 2. Now moving on to realism. Now the idea of like religion and it being being something that you could find scary, the idea of like maybe we are wrong about God, maybe religion, just the religious idea, the ideas that surround religion, like it honestly is more realistic than you think. So obviously people believe in a higher power. Most people do. They believe in something up above. And even then, even if they can't place themselves in a religion, most people are at the minimum agnostic, as in believing in a higher power, just they don't conform themselves to any one set of beliefs or any one religion. Here's the thing. We may all use religion as a guiding force in terms of values and all that stuff, but can we really prove that what we preach, what we practice, the literal idols in our religions, these higher powers, can we prove that they are who we want them to be? And in my opinion, no, we can't. We cannot prove anything. We can't prove anything other than our faith. And that's what makes stuff like this so scary, because there's a chance that we may be misguided. When people say they see the light, could it potentially mean that they're seeing that, the mouth of whatever this thing is that is quoted, supposedly God, opening their mouth and basically taking you to the afterlife? And the idea of religion being an experience, something that only certain people can feel and see, the idea of prophets even, that also lends itself into the idea of this short, that being the susceptibility of the painting itself. And so for that reason, for the realism, I can't really knock it in terms of unrealistic expectations or anything. I'm gonna give it a 2 out of 2. Gore score, very psychologically messes with you. The idea of sacrilegion, the idea of blasphemy, the idea of literally God being not what we expect him to be is such a psychologically messed up idea, especially if you're religious. It is a terrifying idea, and that can easily mess with your head. And the fact that by the end of it, you got this very creepy creature that is all grotesque, and the creature itself looks disgusting and all that stuff, and very skinny, very mangled and all that. This is a very ugly creature, and then her literally crying, staring into the painting, even though we don't know what, obviously we know what she saw, but what we saw was only 5 minutes of it. What the hell took up 3 hours of that time? And she's holding the cross so hard she's bleeding. The only thing I would say is obviously we got that creepiness, we got the passing of time, we got the holding of the cross, which is a nice detail, but what we didn't get was what happened to her. Now you can obviously say that's up for debate, but personally, maybe just at least a little bit more of a hint towards an answer of what possibly happened to her would have helped. So guys, for the gore score, I'm probably going to give this one a 1.5 out of 2. Now moving into creep factor, premise is creepy. The themes of this short are creepy. The creature itself, very creepy. The acting and the cinematography, just how it was made, is all very well made and definitely helps to build up the believability of the scare. I really don't have much to say on this other than it is creepy. It is a very creepy short. Once again, I just wish we had a little bit more of an answer that pushed it into like the realm of knowing maybe more of what happened, but just the painting itself is creepy, the idea is scary, and just everything about it is creepy. And for that reason, I'm not going to give it a 4 out of 4 just because I do wish we had that extra punch to it, but I am going to give it a 3 out of 4. It is a moderately creepy video short, and yeah, that's that. So guys, with a 2 out of 2 on the quality and production, a 2 out of 2 on the realism, a 1.5 on the gore score, and a 3 out of 4 on the creep factor, that brings Portrait of God to an 8.5 out of 10, which is a majorly scared rating, and I do think that is worthy. I do think that the short is definitely worthy of that rating. I think that this is a very well-made short that definitely lends itself into the true fears of religion, what might make religion scary to some people. And I don't mean it as in an occult sense, as in the people that maybe believe in a religion. I mean as in the concept of religion itself. That could be scary to some people, just simply for this reason. And I bet a lot of people who actually believe in Jesus, believe in God, because this is Portrait of God, so we can assume it's Christianity, but just because of lack of that term, Christianity, we can just apply it to every religion. The fact that, like, we haven't personally met God. Everybody who actually believes in a religion, believes in that higher power, there's a chance that this thought has come across their head. Like, what if what I believe in is false? What if who I believe in isn't what I believe them to be? And I'm gonna leave it there. Leave it on that question. So guys, my name is Brendan Reviews, and I hope you guys have a great day, evening, night, or whatever the hell time you're watching, or I hope you guys have a great day, evening, night, or whatever the fuck time you guys are watching this in. See you all next time.